Welcome back to Brutally Honest, the show where I get all unnecessary about contemporary music. Here's a warning for you before we even get started. If you've decided that you like this track, you probably want to leave, otherwise you're going to have a bad time, yeah? Or just stick around and get butthurt, I don't care. Today we're looking at a new track by Danielle Bregoli. Okay, so before we even begin, I have a problem. Bhad Bhabie? What is that? I thought the cool thing was to miss out letters and create a shorthand, not add in letters. Looks like her name is Bhad Bhabie, and that is what I'm calling her from now on. Yes, lawyers. Very good.
Hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch.
Okay, so that's not actually a rhyme scheme. What would have made more sense is if you inserted hi bish between every other statement. As it is, you just have a series of statements with no real indication of how you want the listener to feel. Like, if I walked into a supermarket and said, "Hello, white race," it would just be confusing. If the lyrics were, for example,
White J's, hi bitch, white Porsche, hi bitch, white wrist, hi bitch, white horse, hi bitch.
that would actually imply something, like you're angry at rich people. As it is, it just sounds like a 5-year-old's learnt her first curse word. The power of Christ compels you to enunciate.
Please stop, please stop, please stop.
Yes, I agree. As I understand it, Danielle Bregoli got famous for being hard to understand on American TV, right? And what, now she's running for president? Well, I'm all for minimal track arrangements, but this is actually just boring.
White horse, hi bitch.
Hello.
Hi bitch.
Hello.
Hi bitch.
Hi there.
Hi bitch.
Hello.
I do not.
So, the music video itself is decent. It's well shot, I understand the imagery, I get that she's in a Porsche and there's a white car and everything else. But, okay, so is this another section or... Nope, this is another music video. Just so I understand, the producer here couldn't write a full-length song, so they've got to staple 2 tracks together to get a reasonable length music video. Is that what's happened? I mean, why not just staple an entire album together then? At least that way you're going to get that sweet, sweet YouTube watch time. Or did they hire out a camera crew for an entire day and accidentally finish before lunch, so they figured they'd just record another music video and then they forgot to upload them separately? That's the same street as well, isn't it? That's weird, man. Although it kind of sounds like they used the same backing track, doesn't it? Just changed the tempo slightly and just punched in a few more melody notes and called it quits. That's not actually anything to do with Bhad Bhabie herself, that's just down to shoddy production. The fact is, you could put Bhad Bhabie on top of any style of music, and as long as it's delivered in the same way vocally, the backing is actually irrelevant. The message is going to be exactly the same. So you can absolutely get away with half-arsing the track itself. What I'm saying is that I'm bummed out this wasn't a country track. At least the vocals in this one are a little more interesting and a little more clever as well, I'll give her that. And that's acting on the assumption that she wrote the lyrics. So, I don't want to get into the whole cultural thing of accents and dialects and so forth.
Race war!
But I cannot understand this human. I guess at least that's on brand for her. I'm just going to assume that whoever the intended audience for this track is, they will understand it and appreciate it, so I'm not going to rag on her voice anymore. I guess if you want to draw a conclusion, it's fair to say that the quality of what you do is irrelevant. What's important is whether or not you make the most of any platform you're given, and she has done that.
The audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yeah. Catch me outside, how about that?
Well, maybe she hasn't. I think what must have happened is that some music executive noticed the attention Danielle Bregoli was getting, having appeared on Dr. Phil and kind of becoming a meme, so they jumped on it and threw a load of money at her. Well, not even at her, they threw a load of money at a camera crew and a producer, probably. And I'm not saying that she couldn't have gotten famous off of her own merits, but that's just mega unlikely. If you don't like the track, you can't even be mad at her. This is what the music industry does at this level. Danielle Bregoli is being exploited, plain and simple, and I'm really sorry if you don't see it that way. You've been watching Brutally Honest. There is more of this on Stab Panda Music, as well as music history videos, music business tutorials, interviews with local and rising bands. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I hope you don't leave here butthurt. See you next time!